Hey there, Patriots. Welcome to the front lines. Death Watch here to give you guys more intel so you can update your personal armory and fight back against the fake news media machine. And I'm going to spoil you guys today. Today, we're going to be talking about two different, pretty much pop culture cartoons where you're starting to see characters being changed for political and ideological reasons. Right here, we have Batman. Bruce Wayne is now apparently bisexual. Why the hell are they doing this? Well, we all know why, for political and ideological reasons. Because if you take a step back and you look, if you're a person who likes to look at bigger pictures, right? DC comic books, right? When it comes to Superman, Batman, Marvel comics, Captain America, Spider Man, these characters are just not superheroes. These are icons of American mythology, right? Just like your stories of Odysseus, right? The hero's journey, your stories of Perseus, your stories of all these other Greek, Roman heroes, right? Beowulf, right? That was the bigger picture of Beowulf is kind of like how Christianity fused with Norse mythology, right? Those type of stories have been stories that has been shared all along, all across these different years as stories of, hey, these are symbols of heroism. These are symbols of masculinity. These are symbols of, Dante's Inferno. The drive, how far a man will go to save someone he loves. He'll go down into the deepest pits of hell to rescue someone that he loves, fighting all sorts of demons, all sorts of catastrophes, right? Just to save someone he loves, right? It's the same thing when it comes to the stories of Batman, of Captain America, of Superman. These are symbols that represent something within American mythology. These are symbols that people look up to and aspire to be. When we say things like, what would Jesus Christ do in certain situations, right? Jesus is, regardless if you're a Christian or not, you don't believe in any religion, these are still symbols, right? The stories that the Bible holds, right, with all these different characters, these are essentially can be used as life lessons because they hold a lot of these Bible stories still hold up to this day, right? These are examples of people who have fallen, right? The story of Samson, who was told, hey, you can't drink wine, you can't drink any alcohols, you can't cut your hair and all this crap. What did he end up doing? He ended up doing all these things that he was told not to for a woman who was, lying and manipulating him, right? And eventually he gets captured and tortured, but when his hair grows back and, he finally gets the strength to, rip himself out of that, out of those chains, you know, these are stories that it has been shared throughout the generations to give people ideas of what it means to be heroic, what it means to be a man, what it means to be masculine, what it means to be a upstanding human being, and how society benefits from those type of ideals and things like that. It's the same thing when it comes to Batman, when it comes to Superman. When you look at all these different characters, they are now being emasculated, right? Because that is essentially the whole point of these communists. They want to destroy any and all symbols that stand in their way, that tells you that, hey, when you look at Bruce Wayne, what does he stand for? Truth. He stands for justice. He stands for vengeance, but he doesn't go out when he does his vengeance, right? He doesn't go out and kill people. He brings them to justice. He goes out there, solves mystery, beats up the bad guys, and bring them to justice so that the court systems can handle their persecution, right? He doesn't kill. Superman doesn't kill. He fights all these different enemies. He doesn't kill them. He brings them to justice, right? Superman's old kind of like motto used to be truth, justice in the American way, right? That has changed over the years to make it non-political because, at first it used to be the Justice League of America. Now it's just the Justice League because they have since, said that, hey, being in favor of one country on this global scale, we're all superheroes, to sit here and say that we're on the side of America is kind of, bad, right? We need to be more guardians. That's why they made the watchtower in outer space, right? So they can monitor all of Earth because they decided that, hey, we're not just the protectors of America, we're the protectors of the world, right? That's our, that's kind of how we should be because we're now starting seeing that there's enemy threats from outer space and from different multiverses. So we need to gather more troops and be more cognitive of what's actually happening around our universe instead of just one country, right? And so, but going back to why this is important, because essentially they just want to destroy any type of American values, any type of symbolism of America. And many people look up to these figures, right? Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, Peter Parker, as being heroic, right? These are the people. These icons symbolize what it means to not only be an American, but also they symbolize what it means to be a man, what it means to be masculine, right? This is why you have now they're trying to essentially emasculate Bruce Wayne by having him be bisexual. This is why they decided to target Robin, right? Tim Drake Robin, who has been dating Spoiler, who's part of the Bat family for, several comic books now, several runs. Now all of a sudden they want to go back and explain that, oh, well, when he was in high school or whatever, he had some bisexual relationship. Why does that matter? Well, because they're trying to emasculate all these popular heroic figures, right? They had Superman in a recent comic book. They decided that they're going to have him be sexually assaulted by the prisoners, right? They powered him down with kryptonite, and they decided to, assault him, right, sexually. Why did they do that? Because they want to emasculate, right? The new Loki TV show. They not only did they replace Loki with a female Loki from a different universe, but they also had her kick male Loki in the balls several times. Why they do that? Is that supposed to be comedic relief? No, because it's supposed to be emasculating. They're trying to emasculate all these symbols. They're trying to demoralize you, demoralize these symbols. They're trying to emasculate and demoralize what these heroes stand for, what these symbols mean to people, and what they stand for, right? These people believe that, we must destroy the cis, white, heterosexual, male patriarchy, or whatever the fuck they like to say. These are all symbols of that system that they all hate. And so they're going to go out there and try to emasculate and demoralize these symbols. And so they can hijack it and then use it for their own propaganda. Okay? That's the significance of all this, right? The new Superman. Why is he all of a sudden bisexual? Right, and all of a sudden now all queer Justice League just debuted in DC Pride, right? Remember this outlet gaming? I did a video talking about them. They had a the gaming awards, right? And when you look at all the games in the comic books and people they highlighted as winning an award by their standards, right? You just all you had to do is just look at the people, and they're like, oh, well, they have pronouns in the bio, right? Are you guys really giving these people awards because of what they're doing or what they stand for, right? You look at all right. Life is Strange, True Colors is now the new Tumblr the Tumblr fan favorite video game, because why? The character is part of the LGBTQ group identity, right? It has nothing. The game is shit. The story is shit. People constantly ripped on the original Life is Strange, right? Now you got this new sequel coming out. That's also terrible. But because the character stands for, it has a pronoun attached to them, well, we're gonna give them an award. You look at all the comic books that were nominated. All the comic books essentially were all. You read the bio, they're all screaming, "Hey, we are characters with pronouns." Oh, we're gonna give these people an award, right? They awarded a Twitch streamer. I literally said, "Okay, who's this Twitch streamer?" I highlight their name, put it in the Twitch search. They have when you go on Twitch and you look at streamers, they'll have the welcome to this streamer's page, and they'll have like a little video reel of this person's like highlights or whatever. The first 5 seconds, the girl is screaming "gay rights," and because she identifies as being part of the LGBTQ community, so it's like, well, is this person really entertaining, or are you just giving them an award because of their pronouns? Okay, and this is going to be significant because this is essentially what the next story I'm going to be talking about regarding Velma from Scooby-Doo having her own spin-off series, right? She's now getting a show because the writer is trying to use her pronouns to essentially pretty much use her pronouns to get the job. Okay, but when it comes to this series, now all of a sudden all of our new Justice League, right? Superboy is gay. Aqualad, he's gay. The new Wonder Woman, apparently she's supposed to be by part of the LGBTQ community. The new Flash is identifies as being non-binary, but they're biologically a female and they're dating another biological female. So yeah, they're lesbian. The new Flash, black chick. She's supposed to be, here we go right here, Jess Chambers. No, that's Jess Chambers, but they're not directly. That's DC Flash's Wally West. Then her name is Joe Mullion. Yeah, Joe Mullion has been made a prominent member of the Green Lantern Corps, and she's supposed to be an LGBTQ character, right? So essentially, all these they're just hijacking all these characters and just making them gay. I think in this storyline, Lucius Fox takes over as Batman, which he's not even supposed to be Batman. He's like an extended Bat family member, right? He used to be Batwing. He's extended, right? Mantle of Batman should go to either Tim Drake or Damian Wayne, or in fact, I think Nightwing, Jason, or Nightwing should take that mantle. But it should be for Damian Wayne. If anybody's going to take over his own father's mantle, it should be Damian Wayne. But they don't care about that because all they care about is the ideology behind a lot of these symbols. They want to hijack it, they want to demoralize it so they can take it for themselves and use it as propaganda for the next generation. Okay? You got to look at this from a bigger picture, right? Comics Corner, Infinite Frontier establishes DC's gay past and queer future and all this other bullshit, right? Why does this matter, right? You have plenty of gay characters. They still haven't showed how to find him. They did show it. I think I had an article pulled him up, but pretty good gay character was Knight Rider, who was a literal badass. The dude was breaking jaws, beating people up, right? If you actually read him and Apollo, they're from Stormwatch. If you actually read that comic book, it's a pretty good comic book, right? You got Martian Manhunter with them. I forgot. I think that's all. That's all like the recognizable characters: Martian Manhunter, Apollo, Knight Rider, and some other. Every now and then I have somebody else hop in with them, but they're part of Stormwatch and they do a lot of cool. Really, their comic book was really cool, right? And Knight Rider and Apollo were both dating. They're both openly gay, but they're really good characters. Apollo is essentially, the sun has the ability to essentially use generate a sun, use it as energy beams. Really cool character. Knight Rider essentially just like any of the other Bat family members. Be kick ass, take names, right? Really cool costume design as well, right? Why not just focus on those characters? You already have openly gay characters. Why not just focus on them? Why all of a sudden you got to change all the other characters to be bisexual or gay, right? Now, and at the end of the day, being bisexual is literally just half-assing it, right? Just going around saying, oh, well, these characters are bisexual, right? You're not going to make them openly gay. Why not? Because they know that people aren't going to read. Well, people are already not reading it, but everybody, you're going to like push away all the actual fans of these shows, just saying, oh, well, now all of a sudden these characters now openly gay. Like what? They've been straight. Like Batman is right now married to Catwoman. He has been dating Talia al Ghul before she decided to drug him and assault him and had his child. Okay, this dude has always been known as a playboy. Okay, always after the women, has always dated women. Every single backstory you have of him, he'll always be in a relationship with a woman. Now all of a sudden he's bisexual. Again, they are trying to emasculate our heroic symbols. That's why this is so significant, right? Again, Superman, motto has changed from truth, justice in the American way to truth, justice, in a better tomorrow, right? Why is this significant? Because back in the day, truth, justice, the American way was mainly used for, was changed to help out during World War II, right? As a political symbol, and of course, it's been changed several times now. But the significance of all of this crap is because, again, these are symbols of American mythology. These are people all around look up to these symbols as, hey, these are the symbols of heroism, Americans, and masculinity. That's what they really want to hit on. They want to emasculate these people to attack them, okay? Because I covered this story about, all these feminist hit pieces where they're like, if you go out and you work out, you're a toxic male. Why the alt-right are now infatuated with masculinity, testosterone levels, and all this other crap, right? Why is that? Because they want you emasculated. They want to destroy all symbols of masculinity, and they won't stop at anything because in the bigger picture, they believe that everything is part of some cis hetero what was the buzzword? Cis hetero white supremacy patriarch society or whatever the fuck it is. Okay, these are all symbols that people normally, white men, black men like myself, we all look up to these characters as these are the symbols of masculinity. Bruce Wayne is a symbol of masculinity. Peter Parker is a symbol of masculinity. Captain America is a symbol of masculinity. Iron Man is a symbol of masculinity, right? We look at all these characters as the symbols of masculinity and being American, being a hero, okay? Standing up for truth and justice in the American way. They need to destroy this. They need to destroy these type of symbols, emasculate them, demoralize them, so they can then use these new versions of these characters to push their propaganda, because they feel like these characters are already being used to push propaganda, right? They're being used to push the propaganda of the white cis hetero patriarchy, right? So we need to emasculate them, we need to demoralize them, so we can then reuse them to push our own version of propaganda. Okay, that's how this is being played, and until we wake up and try to either take it all back, right, with this hopefully with these new copyright laws, hopefully this makes it available, hopefully DC and all these other companies, because Batman and Superman are very old, they probably will, if hopefully if these copyright laws actually get passed, they'll lose their rights to Batman, they'll lose their rights to Superman. A lot of these really old hero characters, they'll lose their copyright access to it, and people can then hop in there and make their own versions, right? The way that it should be. Okay, but until then, we probably just need to make our own newer symbols and try to help each other push these characters up, and then hopefully something good comes about that, right? But like always, stay safe, stay sane, be vigilant, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you patriots on the battlefield.